Annunciationis classis Latina capitulum secundum Familia Romana. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen. Okay. Just some news and notes. Again, Houston Museum of Fine Arts. The other one I wanted to mention is there was an article about multilingualism and extending health span. Apparently, if you know more than one language, you can, your biological age is younger. So this is what you guys are doing. So great. This up here is a page from the Imperium Romanum, chapter 1, actually. I ran across it. This is somebody who is working on the Familia Romana. And this is the sort of thing I'm suggesting you do when I send you the PDF, is print it out, scribble all over it. You can scribble in your book, but I'd rather not know about it. You tell me you scribbled on the PDF. And that's why I send those out, is so that you have a way of writing on it so that you can understand what's going on. All right. Whoops. So let's go. Let me think here. Let's see. We covered adjectives. Oh, I remember now. Let me find it. Yeah, here it is. We had questions on who, as in qui, and quis, as in pater noster, qui es in celis, and versus quis, who is who. And as I alluded to, there's interrogative pronouns. They ask a question about a person or thing. So, quis est Jesus? Que est, whoops, why is there an et in there? Shame on me. Que est Maria, quid est caelum? Who is Maria? What is heaven? So the only ones you really need to know about are these. Okay, I was a little hesitant to throw all these charts in here. We will find that quis, que, quid will have a declension. It follows roughly, the masculine declension follows roughly the second declension, sort of, kind of, and the first declension, and the feminine follows the first declension, again, sort of. Right now, this is the only one you really need to know. So I don't want to hammer on these too much, other than to note that there is a difference in Latin, not so much in English. Our relative pronouns generally are the same as our interrogative pronouns. So easiest way to tell is if there's a question, then it's an interrogative pronoun. And if there's no question, then it's a relative pronoun. And we're going to get to those soon. Those will be actually in the next chapter. But for now, let's focus on the quis, que, quid. So rolling back to who, what, where, when, how, and why, since I got asked quite a bit of that, is, oh, Robert, do you still hear no sound?
I fixed it.
Okay.
I had to go to my settings. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
So for whoops, I got to go back one. Where did who go off to? Oh, sorry. Here it is. Okay. So as I said, questions that ask who or what are interrogative pronouns. And it's because the pronoun represents the unknown person or thing that you're asking the question about. So for who, masculinum, and this is only for persons, Singularis is quis. Quis est Julius. Pluralis, qui. Qui sunt Marcus et Quintus. Feminum, again, for persons. Singularis, quae est Emilia, who is Emilia. Pluralis, quae sunt Emilia et Julia, who are Emilia and Julia. Just so happens that the quae for singular matches the quae in the plural. Neutrum. Now, if it is neuter or not persons, we have to use what? And you do this in English as well. If it is a person, you say who. In Latin, if it is a person, you say who. You just use quis or quae. And if it is an inanimate object, then you use what. And for that, let's see. There we go. Neutrum.
Or
Singular.
even an animate object like a cow, you would still use what? Is that correct?
Yeah, you're right. I should not have used the word inanimate. Excuse me. Non-human. So if it were an alien from the star Zubin El Shamali, you'd say, what is that? Not who is that? So, yes.
I do have a question. I was thinking about it because we were talking about this a little bit earlier today. If you asked me for singular, so it would be, where's who?
Oh, you want to go back one? There we go.
Yeah. If you asked quis est Julius?
Yes.
And I wanted to say Julius pater familias est, but pater familias is a direct object, isn't it? So I would have to put a thing on that.
No. If you have a sentence that says A is B,
Mm-hmm.
A is the subject and nominative.
Yeah.
B is what is known as a predicate noun.
Oh.
So it is not, est is not a transitive verb. There's no action there. So
No, okay.
yeah, so accusative, and this is getting a little bit ahead for some of you who haven't had the accusative. The accusative is for action, an action verb. Like I hit the ball. The ball
Okay.
would be in the accusative. And actually, I think we get that in the next chapter.
But I would still have to put a different ending on pater familias, wouldn't I?
No. And actually, you would say pater familia. Because pater, now, okay.
No, it's a class of things as opposed to.
All right. Actually, now, if you wanted to say the father of the family, you would say pater familiae. Okay.
Okay.
If you wanted in Latin, there's also a title, which would be the pater familia, pater familias, pater familia, pater
The
familia.
pater familias.
Yeah. So either way, you could do,
Okay.
you just said Julius pater familias est.
Okay.
And it does end in S. Okay. Oh, it's like it's plural. Okay. I was just checking. So, okay. Any more questions on who or what? Okay. Where? We've actually had where already. That is ubi. Ubi est Britannia. Ubi sunt libri mei. Where are my books? When? Quando. We have a long way to go before we get that. But have you ever heard the song Quando? It's a little Italian song. No, I guess not. Okay. Anyway. And then how we have quomodo, which literally means by what means. We got a long way to get to that. And then we have why. We get that in chapter 3, next chapter. which is cool. And then we have quat, how many? Quat servi in familia Julii. How many slaves are there in Julius's family? And people asked about how much. Quantus. And that's in chapter 8 and then chapter 19. So for now, just concentrate on the ones that we've already had and don't worry about the others. We will get them. Any questions there? Okay. So let's see now. The Grammatical Latina. All right. Nomina, nouns, casus. Sex sunt, there are 6 cases. We've already seen the nominativus and the ablativus. The ablativus like in Italia, in Europa, in Egypto, in Oppido. Now we're picking up the genitivus or possessives. Latin possessive works pretty much the same as English, just different endings. So son of Julius or Julius's son, both of those are expressed using the casus genitivus. So declinatio prima, first declination, singularis AE, pluralis aurum. Declinatio secunda, singularis is just an I. Pluralis is aurum, and that's true for the genus masculinum et neutrum. So let's see what some examples of these are. I think this is the table. Let me skip to the examples here. So we've already seen insula, island, insulae, islands. Well, the genitive, genitivus, is insulae and insularum. In English, if we said island, we would add an S for plural, islands. In fact, the plural form is the same as the possessive form in English. And that's true in Latin as well. So insula, una insula, due insulae, insulae possessive, and insularum is plural. The only difference in Latin is it actually notes the possessive in the plural. If I just said the word islands, you wouldn't know if I'm talking about multiple islands or something of the island, like the islands airport, or if I was talking about the islands as a collection and they're possessing something, like the Bermuda Islands shores, okay? So in Latin, you do have to be a little sensitive to context, but even more so in English. So here's a table of endings. You can see that we've filled in this guy. So we have a few more to go. And then let's see, for the masculine, declinatio secunda, masculinum et neutrum. Now, we picked up some more nouns. Besides the US or the UM, we picked up nouns ending in IR, excuse me, and some ending in ER. The example is vir, man as an adult male, it can also be husband. Even in English, if you are a woman and you say, my man is Fred, the implication there is that your husband's name is Fred, my man. Puer, boy, as in a young male, or generic child. Can be used either way. And we saw pater and mater in this chapter as well. Those were both ER ending nouns. Those are not second declension, but third. And we will learn about them in the future. But for now, you don't know how those forms decline as we go through. And here are the titles or the endings. So if we have the regular US, the only thing that really changes is in the masculine is the fact that this is ER and that's IR for the nominative, and the neuter is UM. But after that, the genitive is all I's, the ablative is all O's, the plurals are I, except the neuter is an A, and the genitive is orum across the board. So that's not too difficult. And here are some examples. Fluvius, puer vir oppidum. Genitivus est fluvii, pueri viri oppidi. Pluralis fluvii, pueri viri oppida. Any questions there? I think I have, oh, no, sorry. So let's hop over to, oh, where did I put the PDF? There it is. Okay. So let's actually burrow down this section, keeping in mind what I have said so far. Grammatica Latina. Nomina masculinum, feminum, et neutrum. Servus.
And Michael, we're still in the wrong. You haven't switched it. We can't see it.
Oh, really? So I haven't. Okay. Let's, oh, I see what I did. I didn't add them all in. Okay. Thank you for telling me that. Let's see there. Those are the two I want, right? Yeah, those are the two I want. And of course, it switches to the other one. Grammatica, yes, Grammatica Latina. Servus est vocabulum masculinum. Okay, masculinum. Servus ends in US. Ancilla est vocabulum feminum. Oppidum est vocabulum neutrum. Masculinum, feminum, neutrum. Any questions on what that means?
What's Ancilla?
Handmaiden.
Oh, right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Amelia has two of them. So I'm sorry I never gave you any handmaidens for Christmas, but
With 6 children, I could have used them.
could have used it. Yeah, well, you know, in that the 12 days of Christmas, you got maids of milking, but I don't think there were any handmaidens in that list. Vocabula masculina. Filius, dominus, puer, vir, fluvius, oceanus, numerus, liber, liber titulus masculinus. Ends in US or R. And, I said IR and ER, but R is perfectly good. Vocabula femmina, puella, filia, domina, insula, provincia, littera, familia, pagina, feminum. Vocabula neutra, oppidum, imperium, vocabulum, capitulum, exemplum, pensum, neutrum. Ending is UM. So masculine, US or R, feminine A, and neuter UM. And when they say that, they mean in the casus nominativus. Okay. Obviously, if it is plural, then that ends in I, that ends in AE, and that ends in A. So those endings would be wrong or not the ones they list here. Any questions there? Okay. Genitivus masculinum. Julius Dominus servi. Julius Dominus Davi est. Julius is the master of the servant, or Julius is the master of Davus. Julius Dominus servorum, pluralis, Davi et Medi est. Servi genitivus est, servorum quoque genitivus est. Servi, servorum, possessive, genitivus. Servi genitivus singularis est. Servorum est genitivus pluralis. Genitivus singularis e pluralis orum. Non difficile est. It's not that difficult. Feminum. Amelia domina ancile est. Amelia is the mistress of the handmaid Syrah. Emilia domina ancillarum Syrae et Deliae est. Amelia is the the mistress of the handmaidens Syrah and Delia. Ancillae genitivus singularis est. Ancillarum est genitivus pluralis. Genitivus singularis or ae pluralis arum. Neutrum. De est prima littera vocabuli dominus. De O-M-I-N-U-S. Numerus vocabularum magnus est. A lot of words in these two chapters. Vocabuli genitivus vocabuli genitivus singularis est. Vocabulorum est genitivus pluralis. Genitivus singularis e pluralis orum. Same as masculine. Genitivus, where it is. Genitivus singularis e pluralis orum. Any questions on the possessive? Vel genitivus. You're all either hopelessly lost or have a down cold. Which is it? I hate to say it, but Teresa and Alex are not here, so somebody's got to say something.
Yeah, I do think we have it.
Okay. What about the others?
I've got it.
Got it. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Any others?
Oh, what is littera? That means like
Letter.
letters?
Yeah.
Letter?
No, it means letter.
The first
De
D is the
prima
first letter of Dominus.
of
Okay,
the word dominus. Yeah,
thank you.
littera. That's why we have literature. Okay, good. All right.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and even the word letters. Letters has more than one meaning, and it can be
Yes.
documents, or it
yeah.
could be ideas, even.
Yeah. Well, and we there's a lot of words that come over into English that way. Ager is field. Agriculture is agriculture of the field. If you'll pardon the expression. You have a question, Ethan? Go ahead.
What about The nominative being the first form of the noun, the genitive the second form, and the dative is the root plus I.
You mean why is the table ordered that way?
No.
Or why they did it that way?
I last year when I did Latin class in a book, it has different endings.
Not for the US ending.
Were you learning classical? Yes.
Well, even in classical, this is the same.
Oh.
Let me put it this way. Right now, well, okay, back up a minute. The Familia Romana is used in both classical Latin classes and ecclesiastical Latin classes. What's the difference? The way we say the words, and that's it, quite frankly. Now, when you go a little deeper behind some things are written, then, oh, I think I know what the question may be. All right, hold on. Let me finish what I was going to say. When you go a little deeper, yes, there are some differences in the way ecclesiastical Latin says things than what classical Latin says things. And we'll get into some of those differences later on. Right now, there is no difference. You could hand this page to Cicero in the first century, and actually, I guess he didn't make it into the first century BC. And he would say, yep, that's okay. So when you say you had different endings, what do you mean? I'm a little puzzled there.
Like in the dative, it was the root of the noun plus the letter I.
Like this one? For masculine?
Similar, but one of the endings for dative was I. Like the letter I.
Oh, that's a different conjugation, different declension. Okay. All
Thank
right.
you.
Hold on a second. I don't want to panic everybody when I show you this table. Hold on just a second. Let me hold it up. There it is. Okay. Um, and I intentionally don't dump all of the endings on you at once because you'd probably have a heart attack. Here, I'll share this. Let's see here. There we go. This is going to be a different, maybe this is better this way because now it's long. All right, let me go down here to the declensions. So this is our familiar feminine declension, and we've talked about the nominative and accusative. And this is the second declension. Now, the endings are the same. I just give the various differences in some of the, like vir and etc. But here's the third declension. This is where your I is in the dative. Regi, matri, corpori. That's probably what you're thinking of, is third declension.
Agree.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, non-I stem nouns. And then there's the I stem nouns. The dative is still an I. So that's probably what you're thinking of. Yeah, we have a ways to go before we get the dative. But seriously, let's see. Let me close this. There. Your screen probably just went blank. Give me just a second here since I closed it.
Nope, we just see your face.
There we go. I really should change that picture to the my emperor picture. Yeah, we'll get to them eventually. We don't want to, there's two ways of learning Latin. One is to dump those tables on you and memorize them all first, and then go off and try and do words and sentences. The difficulty with that is the endings are disconnected from meanings. And nobody really learns a language that way. I mean, when you were little and you were learning English, you heard what parents and others said, for example. And even though that's true when you're older, that's how you acquired the language. And so the natural method tries to mimic that as best it can. So we're gradually introducing the various cases so that you don't have to memorize, pages and pages of endings before you get to actually do anything. Let's see. Any other questions? What about the nominative first form of noun, genitive, second form dative is, oh, I see. Yes, that was where your question was. Any other questions? Okay. Now for the hard part. Let's see where it is. I'm going to do this here. All right. Hold on a second. We're going to do duplicate. And I'm going to put that down there. All right. Now I am going to pop in questions. And I want people to answer. So Ethan, since you happen to be at the top of the list, if I say, quis est Julius, what would you say?
Julius vir est.
Very good. Yes, Julius is a man. Jess, you want to add to it? Actually, here, let me type these in. Let's see if I can paste in Julius, so I have to est. Did you say vir est or est vir? I forget. Not that it makes any difference. There. So Jess.
Yeah, I would say I could add Julius vir Romanus est. Is that what you were asking me to add?
That's one. There's a lot of different. Let me type this in. I cannot. Sorry, I cannot type and speak at the same time. I can, however, walk and chew gum at the same time.
Julius,
I think that needs an est at the end.
Hold on. There we go. Oh, well, yeah, we'll put it in there. And let's see who's next. Jen, you're next.
Well, I will go with my Julius pater familias est.
Okay. She's cheating slightly.
No, that's, well.
Well, the reason I say that is because they haven't had that term. You have, so I said slightly. But yes, come on now. Why does it always want to indent that? All right. Who's next? Is that you, Robert? Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, Julius Dominus centum servorum est.
Ooh, very good. Centum, entum servorum est. Julius is the master of 100 servants. Or slaves might be better translation for that. Very good. Let's see who else we have. Misrak. It's unfortunate you're last because we're running out of possibilities here, but give it a try.
Yeah, I cannot do it. I'm
No,
listening.
but this wasn't, but this was not a homework exercise. This was I've read the chapter and I understand it exercise, which is, I realize I'm a fiend here. I'm a mean teacher making you, but seriously, all joking aside, it's very easy to read the Latin, okay? And listen to the Latin.
I can read it, but I can't understand it. And that, I cannot understand everything. This is my first time, so I'm just trying to.
Okay, well, if you have questions, by all means ask, okay?
I mean, everything is a question for me because
That's
there is,
okay. Not a
yeah,
problem.
so,
If
but
I'll bet any question you have, just about, I'll bet there are others that have that same question. So give it a try there. Who is Julius?
hmm,
Except the guy down by the schoolyard. We'll see
I
how old everybody is.
I don't know, nothing comes up. Nothing comes.
Well, okay. Why don't you
I need to.
tell me in English who he is?
Well, he is a man. He is a Roman something. He is a father of everything is said. He has so many servants.
How about
Okay. Mhm. Pater, where is the story? Pater somebody. Oh,
Julius es
liber,
pater
oh,
tres liberi?
liber,
Julius is the father of 3 children.
3 children. Oh.
Yeah. So we haven't
And
exhausted everything.
Michael, I'm trying to remember the Liberi. Which one is books and which one is children again?
Those are children. Okay. Li, libri is books. Okay. Actually, let me put this in here. Let's do it this way. And I'm sorry if I don't get all the accents right. Whoops. There we go. Liberi. Okay. Libri are books. And the way you remember that is library. Library is Libr, etc. So the libri form is the book form. The child is liberi, and those are children. And you usually only see that in the plural. You rarely see the liber. I looked through the entire Vulgate, and every time the word liber it referred to books, and no places did it refer to children.
And you were saying that the first I is hard for one and not the other, right? Or no?
This one?
I
Oh,
can't remember.
here we go. Let's do this. Oh, whoops, sorry. Yes. Liberi are children. Libri, and that's a long I. Let me put the macron on it, are books. Unfortunately, in English, we make it a long I, library. So, oh, I know. Have you ever had a book plate that said ex libris? Libris? Maybe not. Well, let's see here.
I have.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think. Oh, wait. Yeah, see, liberi, those are children. Where's the book? Oh, book is actually from the last section, isn't it? Oh, well, yeah, that's right. Because we talked about, oh, wait a minute, or was that this section?
Book is the last
I'm
paragraph.
sorry, there it is. Yeah,
Chapter 2.
liber, yeah. Ecce duo libri. So they're liber, that's short. So libri. So if we were going to do something like this, we would say libri, libro, libri, uh, librorum, librorum. So that probably doesn't help much. I'm trying to think if there's a good way to keep it straight. The best I can come up with is library with the R.
No, that's helpful. I appreciate it.
Yeah. If there's an ER in there, uh, yeah, you're gonna have to come up with one on your own. I'm blanking here on a good way to distinguish those. Sorry. Anyway, okay, let's see. Who did I ask?
Liber as children, probably it means a free person.
Free. Yeah. Yeah. Robert brings up a very good point. Um, later on,
Opposed to a slave or a servant.
yeah, liber Rus, libera,
Libertas too
and
as well.
liber, yeah, yeah, and liberum. Well, libertas is the quality. These are the adjectives.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, those are adjectives.
I hit the wrong key. L-I,
You're in italic.
L-I. I wanted to make it a long I. I-B-E-R-U-M. There we go. This actually means the word free, and liberty is where the English word liberty comes from those. And what children, as in liberi, means is these are children born of free parents. Okay. If they were children born of slaves, then they would be just referred to as servi. So it's perhaps unfortunate that these words are all quite so similar, but
There is a connection though because free people were literate, whereas servants generally would not be. So they would have books.
that's true. That's
So
true.
there's
Yeah.
there's a
It actually,
Although in Rome, actually depends on what the function of the servant is. For example,
so you
Cicero had a secretary whose name, oh shoot, escapes.
Tiro.
Tiro, that's right. Thank you. Yeah. So, and he wrote down all of Cicero's speeches. In
Also,
fact,
Crassus was well known for um, buying slaves and training them to very exacting copying work because you could get a lot of money for books because they all were handmade. And so
Yep.
they were literate, but that's because that was one of his
function.
many businesses.
Yeah. Well, and that was their function.
yeah, they had like writing factories with
Yep.
scribes were actually slaves and would just crank out.
Yes, exactly.
Yep. They're your original Xerox copiers. I could make a joke and say the Latin word for them were Xeroxy, but you'd think I might be telling you the truth, and the answer is no, they're not. So, but yeah. So liberi are children. Usually you'll see it in liberi. In fact, if you go to the if you go to the vocabula nova, you see liberi. You do not see liber. Okay. But you do see liber. Where's liber? Vir puella. I thought it was, oh, there it is, liber. So yeah, just keep it short. Okay, where was I? Now let's see here. Najib, I don't want you to feel left out here. So have you got any quis est Julius?
Julius Julius Delia medusque sunt familia Romana.
Say that again. Julius et
Julius medusque sunt familia Romana.
all right, let me see here. Oh, wait a minute, I'm doing that wrong. You said Julius Medus Sira?
Yes.
Siraque Familia Romana. Oh, and we want what? A sunt? Yeah, that can work. I would have listed more. I would have listed maybe Marcus and Quintus and Julia. Here, I'll contribute mine just so we can have something. I would say Julius est. I would definitely say vir Romanus et pater duo let's do it this way. Marchi, Marchi, Quinti et Juliae. Or how about Julius est vir Romanus et vir Emiliae, husband of Amelia. So we haven't entirely exhausted it. Yeah. What I'm really trying to do, guys, is get you kind of thinking in Latin to absorb the story, to understand it, and then to be able to essentially explain it. All right. Let's try one more. In the same spirit. Whoops. Whoops, let me get rid of that. Que est Emilia? Que est Emilia? We'll go down. Let's tell you what, we went bottom to top, or top to bottom last time. Let's go bottom to top since it gets harder and harder. So Robert, que est Emilia?
Emilia domina sire et delie est.
Domina, whoop,
Domina
domina.
sire
Cyrae et Delia.
delie.
Or Delia, sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't type, speak, and
Ha!
teach all at the same time. No.
Oh, and one thing I noticed earlier, when you pronounce the letters, it's A. A-E is A.
In Emilia?
No, just the letters A-E.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think
We
I know
haven't
what
done
you're
the
talking
alphabet.
about. Yeah, when I went back here and I was talking about the
Mm,
endings, I said A. I was spelling
A.
it. It's
Yeah, so
pronounced
that's
A.
we
Yeah.
haven't done the alphabet, but E is pronounced A, which can throw you off.
Actually, E is yes, you're right. Excuse me.
A.
Actually, it's an EH. Eh. So don't hold
Okay.
it's short. Be careful. But yes,
Okay. Yeah,
eh.
A.
And that sounds a lot like A, but it's eh.
A. Okay.
And we've had we had how far did we have? We had A, B, C, D.
Yeah, we did A.
Oh, I don't think we had A from the last one.
Yeah, we didn't do the whole alphabet.
By the way, we will get to the whole alphabet.
Oh, cool.
I forget which chapter that is. It comes later. I want to say 10. But anyway. Okay, so now, Najib, what would you like?
Amelia est mater.
Oh, very good. Amelia est mater. Yeah, Amelia is a mother. And Misrak.
He took mine. I was going to say, because
Well, okay.
it's
What are the names of
a
Amelia's?
longer form. Let me, can I say this? Amelia est mater Marci et Quinti et Julie.
Et Quinti et Julia.
Julie.
Julia. Sorry, not Julia. Julia. Now I got myself Iulia. There we go. Very good. Right. Amelia est mater Marci et Quinti et Juliae. Very good. See, you may know more than you think.
I'm learning.
That's the goal, is to learn.
Yeah.
And it takes practice and it takes time. I mean, this
That is
language.
true.
Yeah. What's your native language? You have a slight accent.
I'm originally from Ethiopia.
Okay.
Yeah.
And English was not your first language, right?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Okay. And so the same thing you did to learn English is the same thing you need to do to learn Latin. I'm sorry to say.
Oh, yeah, it's quite different.
Oh, yes. Agreed.
Only Latin
I mean,
is probably easier.
the Latin.
Yes,
Well,
it is.
English, I learned it in school before I came to
Right.
the US. So I had some idea. I was not speaking it fluently or anything,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
if somebody speaks it, I would understand it.
Yeah. And also you were probably much younger at the time, right?
That's true.
Yeah. So it's a little easier to learn languages when your brain is still developing. But, but just keep in mind up here, I don't know if you saw it on time, but when you get the PDF, click on that link and it shows that multilingualism. Well, you already got 2 languages, so you're already ahead of the game. We'll add a third in there and you'll come out further ahead.
Mhm.
All right, where were we?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay, Jen, you're up next.
Unfortunately, I am only ever able to make very simple
That's okay.
sentences. I still can't. I don't think I know anything else to say.
Well, hold on. What is quid est Amelia? What is she?
Amelia,
Hint.
Femina est?
Femina est, yes. In fact, let's say Romana. Yes. Hopefully I didn't steal somebody's sentence.
So the ending that goes on the first one also goes on the second meaning on both Femina and Romana.
Yeah,
Endings have to match.
This is the noun and this is the adjective.
Okay.
Nouns and adjectives must match in gender, number, and case.
Okay, thanks.
We go back here. There we go. Yeah, we covered this a while back. Adjective is something that modifies, describes a noun. Latin adjectives must agree in genus, numerus, and casus with the noun, but only the noun. Okay. For example, Britannia non est oppidum magnum. Britain is not a big city. Well, that's the noun, that's the modifier, and has nothing to do with Britannia up there. Okay. We're saying what Britannia is. We're not using adjectives here. If I wanted to say Britannia is beautiful, I would say Britannia pulchra est, in which case pulchra, beautiful, is the adjective for Britannia. Or, right there, Britannia est magna. In that case, the adjective is referring back to Britannia.
But in the case of above, the magnum matches the oppidum.
Right.
Not and it only has the same. So why does magnum have the same ending as oppidum?
Because what's big?
Um,
Is it Britannia or is it the city?
it's the city.
Yes.
No. Oh,
So magnum goes with oppidum.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, here's another one. Renus non insula parva, sed fluvius magnus. That's the Rhine is not a small island, but a big river. So parva goes with insula, magnus goes with fluvius. And it really doesn't matter what Renus is, although it does happen to be a US ending. So adjectives have to match gender, number, and case with the nouns that they fall back on. Okay, so, whoops, where are we? So, FamiliaRomana. Okay. Let's see, who's next? Jess.
Yeah, I hope I'm doing this one
Yes.
right.
Okay.
Familia Femina Julii est.
Get that long I. That works. Emilia is Julius's woman. That works. Just as Vir works for husband, although Vir it just means man, okay? Does not mean husband. But in the context of what we're using it,
Yeah, I was thinking it would be
same
wife,
thing.
but it doesn't translate
Well,
perfectly.
yeah, no, this is literally Amelia is Julius's woman, okay? And in the context, we would perhaps say wife. But in English you could say that and it would mean wife, right? Well, hopefully wife. These days you never know. But no, that's perfectly good. There's another word for wife and husband that's very specific. Excuse me, specific. And actually, we'll learn those. I forget which chapter those are in. There's only 30 chapters. It's hard for me to keep track what's in which. Okay. But yeah, no, that works. Ethan,
Yes.
what would you like to say about Amelia? Que est Emilia? Whoop. Let me get Amelia here so I don't have to keep typing it.
Emilia domina centum antilium est.
Domina centum. Oh, you used ancile?
Yes.
Put an end in there. That is a perfectly good sentence. It's not right, however, because you said she is the mistress of 100 handmaids. She only has two, Delia and Sira. So let's do due, two handmaidens. Okay? Make sense? Understand?
Yes, thank you.
So yeah, so there's almost, to tell you the truth, for almost every one of these, we could have said the same thing about Amelia. We would have just, adjusted accordingly. Okay. Now for a hard one. Let's duplicate. All right. Quis est Marcus? Quis est Marcus? Marcus est. I'll take anyone.
I'm trying to remember what the word for son is.
Oh, good grief. You say it every time you make the sign of the cross.
Yeah.
Begins with F.
Filium.
You just made him a eunuch. Marcus est filius.
Marcus Filius est. Right.
Or
Okay.
Marcus Filius. You can do it either way.
Yeah.
Okay. Marcus Filius est.
Okay. Thank you.
I could go.
Good. Go
Um,
ahead.
Marcus Frater Quinti est.
Um, ah,
Yep.
back.
Yeah, you can.
Did we have Frate? That's correct. Marcus is Quintus' brother. Did we have
Yeah, maybe
Frate?
we didn't have the word in the chapter. We didn't have the word in
I
the chapter.
didn't think it was in there. Okay, but yes, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that certainly is accurate.
Yeah. Fraternity like maternity.
Yeah.
Mater.
Yeah, it's kind of easy.
Pretty,
Pater,
pretty.
frater, mater. And then we have soror. Oh, yeah. In fact, that's a good point. Fraternity and sorority. Soror is the Latin word for sister.
Oh, cool.
Okay. How about some others? All right, I'll throw one out there. Oh, Francis, yes. Marcus puer est. Very good. Marcus is a boy. Any others? I would go with Marcus Filius Iuli. Let's see, let me get that macron. Iuli et Emiliae. Marcus is the son of Julius and Amelia.
I'm trying to figure out how I would do the genitive of the number 3. I want to say something like Marcus est unus tres liberi, like one of 3 children.
Um, yeah, the problem is tres. Um,
The word tria occurs on page 15. I was gonna ask what that is actually. At line 54.
All right, let me see here.
I thought that might be the genitive of 3.
No, no.
Wanted to look it up.
Whoop, 54.
Tria.
Sparta. Oh, okay. Sparta, Delphi, Tusculum, tria oppida sunt. Meaning Sparta, Delphi, Tusculum are 3 cities. Yeah, we don't really have.
Plural? No.
Well, okay. Tres. Boy, how do I want to do this? Well, right now you can't say it with what you know. Let me put it that way. Well, I want to. Yeah, well, okay. That's known as the genitive of separation. And you would say one of 3, but you don't have a lot of. Well, wait a minute. Let me think about this for just a second before I say you can't do that. Uh, uh, actually, the genitive would be trium. One of three, Libe. Well, that's really not how you say that. Let's scratch that one for now.
Yeah, I
Later,
just
later on, you'll find out how to say
tria is for neuter specifically.
it. Yeah, tria is neuter and trium is the genitive. In fact,
Okay, it's not genitive.
yeah, we
Okay.
don't really have. I'm going to pop this up here, just so you can see it. Hold on, give me a second here.
That is weird though, the A ending for
Yeah, well,
actually IA for opposite.
you're getting in. Whoops. Let me paste that in there and let me zoom up. Trace is kind of a funny animal. Its third declension is the problem. This tribus in the plural is a dead giveaway. It's third declension, and you guys haven't had the third declension yet, so let's avoid that entirely.
Right.
I was going to say how to say it, but then I realized, well, you haven't had that. You haven't had that. But actually come up with something else. Can you try something else?
Yeah, Marcus est puer Romanus.
Puer Romanus. Yeah, that works. Puer Romanus. I guess I should actually capitalize Romanus, shouldn't I? In English. Okay. I was going to say Marcus est let's see.
Alex would correct your spelling of Marcus.
Whoops.
Were he?
Thank you. You'll have to be the honorary Alex
would.
while you spell it. Let's see. What was I going to say? Marcus est. Actually, I think you've covered it. Son, brother, boy, son of Julius and Amelia. Yeah, let's leave it at that. All right, I'm going to give you an easy one. Here's an easy one. Quis est Quintus? Whoops. I would have to. There. Quis est Quintus? Well, Quintus filius est. Quintus frater Marci est. Quintus puer est. Quintus filius Julii et Emiliae est. Quintus est puer Romanus. So it really was an easy one, believe it or not.
You say frater Quinti et Juliae.
Yeah. Let's paste that down there. Whoops.
Et.
All right, we gotta get a Quintus, and we gotta get a Marci. This way I don't have
Have some variation. Yeah.
And you said something else. What was the rest?
Et Juliae. Right.
Oh,
The
yeah.
sister.
Yes. Very good. There we go. Yeah, we haven't had brother yet, but Quintus is the brother of Marcus and Julia. Okay. How about let's try, what time is it here? I've got a bunch of these. So there we go. Qui sunt medus et davus? Whoop, and let me make that a long I. Just be. There we go. Qui sunt medus et Davus? Anybody?
So medus et Davus servi sunt.
Yep. Very good. Any others?
Say Medus et Davos Romani sunt?
Yeah. That is a reasonable thing to think, but
Or was one of them Greek? I don't remember.
he's Greek. I
Oh,
believe he's Roman, and I'm trying to remember if they mention. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think they're
Medus
both.
servus Graecus est.
okay, sorry.
Delia, well, I think Davos is actually, does it say what Davos is? Medus, Delia, Familia Graeca.
Davos sounds Roman,
Uh,
and Medus does sound Greek, actually.
don't see, yeah, we
Davos.
don't really know. The only reason I mention this is later on, not in the next chapter, but I believe it's in chapter 4 or 5. Medus becomes a key character, and we learn more about him.
Okay.
I don't recall Davos ever. It's not really a Roman name, though. That's the thing. It's I suspect he is Greek as well. Now, again, when we say Greek, well, oh, never mind. Davos is a name given to Roman slaves. Okay, well, all right. He's Roman. When they say Greek, they really meant much of the Eastern Mediterranean. Think of the old empire of Alexander, okay, the Great, which had Greece and Turkey and that entire Eastern and even Egypt, but for the moment, we won't say, well, even Egypt. You could be Greek from Egypt. So we don't know when we say Greek, we really mean Greeks.
But they had colonies in Italy as well.
Yeah, they had, that's true. Yes. Yeah. In the southern part of Italy and Sicily. So, but more than likely, Mados came from the Eastern Mediterranean. And we'll see more about that later. So, any others? Mados et Davos servisunt.
I did have to look up troublemaker.
Yeah, well, and yeah. Uh, okay, I'll paste it in. You misspelled Matos though. Actually, that was probably autocorrect that got you. Yeah, what my wife is using is the word. We think of molester these days as as in sexual molestation, but the original Latin word means just to trouble, to annoy, to molest, as in the general sense. Yeah, Matus is a troublemaker. And again, she's taking that from, I think, chapter 5. So, but I'll leave it in there just because.
Some foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing. Yes, yes. I will, in fact, as we get, yeah, we might do some things on the future chapters just for the heck of it here. All right. Let's see. How about a couple of easy ones? Que est domina ancillarum? Que est domina ancellarum?
Emilia.
Emilia, yeah. We actually had that in one of her sentences. Good. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah. Now a tough one. Quis est Jesus? But you should maybe have an idea how to say that. Quis est Jesus?
Jesus est Dominus
That will work.
et Magister.
Oh, that'll work. Yeah.
So missing an N. Dominus.
Noose, thank you.
Mhm.
I told you I can't speak and type at the same time. I got to do one or the other. Yeah. Or you might say,
I like the capitalization, though, is good.
Jesus. Yeah, well, I knew what you meant. Est filius Dei. Now we've had filius, right? The son. And I've thrown, oh, yeah, Francis has that up there. Did you beat me to it? Yep, she bit. The time tag says she beat me to it. Yeah, Jesus est filius Dei. We've had Deus. Okay. I've mentioned it. So if you were thinking about it, Jesus est filius Dei. And the last question, before we move on, anybody want to guess what the next question is? I asked this one, so que est Maria? Que est Maria?
Maria est Mater Dei.
Very good. Maria est Mater Dei. Oops, there we go. We have another possibility. Mater est ancilla Domini, or sorry, Domini. Maria is the handmaiden of the Lord. The only reason I put those in there is to stretch it a little bit, so that, we're doing the Familia Romana, and I don't want you to feel like, well, what has this got to do with liturgy? And the answer is, the vehicle, of course, is a Roman family. It's something we can relate to in some fashion. And as the story develops, there's a human interest in there. But a lot of the words buried in what we learn are used in the liturgy. So, any questions on what we've done so far?
No, but that was very fun and helpful. Thank you.
Good. So, scribble in your book, or not in your book, in the PDF, please. I realize there are people that prefer books. Fine, it's your book. I just don't want to hear about it. I think I was raised, don't write in books. So, and part of that reason is because they're either handed down to somebody else or they're school books and they get used next year. So maybe that's where my prejudice comes from. All right, any questions on the genitive? Any questions at all let me hop over to the chapter 2. Any questions at all on chapter 2? All right. For next time, I will send out the pensum, or sorry, the pensa, unum pensum, tres pensa. It's neuter. So, and you'll see that some of these look amazingly similar to the questions that I asked, different form. So let's get those filled out for the following class, which would be the 20th. The 27th is Thanksgiving, and I'm sure you're all just dying to come to Latin class in the evening, but I've got other things I got to do, so we will skip that. But next week we'll have the Pensa. And I promised, let's see, let me see where I put it. Give me just a second. Oh, this is chapter 2, so let me open up the Familia Romana. There it is. Okay, this is the whole thing. Don't think, nope, I'm not sharing it, so give me just a second here. There it is. Okay. All right. Chapter 3, Capitulum tertium. We puer improbus. And improbus, you'll kind of get the feeling for what that means. You could say improper. You could say naughty. You could say, oh, I don't know. Let's see. What would be?
As opposed to improbable.
No, 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 no. No, not at all. No. Improbable is something entirely.
Okay.
Improbus literally means not according to the standard. Okay. So what do we mean by that? Well,
Oh, that makes sense.
his behavior, you're going to see him hitting his little sister. So below standard, bad quality, bad, poor, inferior.
Out of line.
Pardon?
Out of line.
Out of line. I'm not sure there's a single word that quite captures the word improbus. Um, pain in the neck. A couple of things. So anyway, but one of the things we get to learn in the chapter, all right, let's take that first line. Julia cantat. La, 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 la. Julia laeta est. Now, any takers on what cantat means?
Sing.
Yeah,
Yes.
as in like our word canticle
Canticle
or cantor.
or
Spanish.
cantor, or let's see, what is that in Novo Cantico? Shoot, now I can't remember the whole tune,
Or it's
but
probably in the Psalms, right?
yeah. Well, that's it's a hymn that's often used at Annunciation. Julia laeta. Quid est laeta? Well, if you're singing la la la, laeta means you are
Happy.
happy. Have you heard of the words laetare Sunday? Who hasn't heard about laetare Sunday? Let me ask you that. Do tell me you all know what laetare Sunday is, please. And if you don't, please ask.
I know.
I don't know.
I do not actually.
Okay. Okay, laetare Sunday. There's two Sundays, one in Advent, where we sing the introit is Gaudete, which can be translated as rejoice. And keep in mind that Advent historically was a very penitential system. Season. It had fasting rules. We've kind of lost all those today. But the idea there was, rejoice because your Savior is soon to arrive, maybe Christmas. Lent has Laetare Sunday, and Lent had a much more severe fasting rules. And I'll mention these when we get into Lent, just so you can see how easy and decadent we all are today. Although to be fair, things are very different than they were in the high Middle Ages. Everybody would have been Catholic, so it was much easier as a community to observe the rules. Today, it's very hard. I mean, even meatless Fridays are awkward. You know, you get to a business lunch, and what are they serving? Steak. Great. So anyway,
Right.
Laetare Sunday also means be happy because Lent is almost over. And so if you go to the 11 o'clock Mass, I believe it's the fourth Sunday in Lent. The the opening, the introit will be the first word will be Laetare. And I will put both of those in a slide, Gaudete and Laetare, when we get closer to the actual time in the liturgical season. So let's see. And Marcos says st. Marcos laetus non est. So, anyway, what I'm saying is we get verbs. Cantat, 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 pulsat. Marcus Juliam pulsat. What do you think that means? Marcus punches Julia. Not good, big brother. And pulsat, we get the word pulse. Not as in pulse, when you take your pulse and they're measuring your blood pressure, but pulse as in impulse, or you give the gas pedal a little pulse to speed up. Make sense? And we also get, because we have verbs, we get the accusative.
So not the pulse as in, split peas and beans.
No, that's different
A different
pulse
one?
entirely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Beans are faber. Let's see. Is there a good word for pulse as in yes. Well, they would just use the word legumen. Let's see. I'm looking at the dictionary here. Yeah, they just yeah, legumen legumen would be what they would word. So we pick up verbs and we pick up the accusative. So anyway, this is all about various things, and I'll give you a hint. All the fighting wakes up Julius, who is not happy, and Marcus gets it. Except in the state of California, they changed the ending. I'm kidding. So that's what's in the next chapter. So with that, let me close that. And we will get back to chapter. And so next time, do the pensa. We will go through them in class. And hopefully we will get to capitulum tertium. So do the homework and then start in on the recording of the third chapter. So, oops, hold on, let me share that. Let's add that. So,
Familia Romana.
Every time.
Julius vir Romanus est. Emi.
There we go. And let me shrink that back down. And there's the third chapter. There it is.
Capitulum tertium.
So, all right. Well, we're out of time. Any last questions? Last minute questions? Nope. All right. Well, then let's Precatio finalis. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen. So with that, the class is officially over, and I'll stay online for just a few minutes.